Listen to me, my cherished child. This is your Maker addressing you personally. This encounter is not random. It is ordained by my will, a crucial communication coming directly from my spirit to yours. Recognize that invisible battles have been assailing your world, your family, your peace of mind, and your destiny. You were guided to this very point, led by my invisible guidance, because a final verdict concerning you has been issued from the Supreme Court of Heaven. It is a judgment in your favor. I have seen your hidden sorrows. I have listened to the silent prayers you whispered when you believed you were entirely alone. And I am not a passive observer. I am actively working for you. The adversary tried to muzzle your voice, to marginalize you, but I have decreed enough. Right now, I am speaking to the very essence of your soul. You might be wondering, why now? Why am I the one? Know this, my schedule is perfect, and this particular chapter is designed specifically for you. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. This message was destined to find you. The heavenly dimension over you is active, and my declaration is pouring out like clean, revitalizing nourishment. This signifies a pivotal shift for you. You have endured private trials known only to you and me. Sleepless nights. Days sapped by worry, despair, and loads that were too much for you to bear on your own. You may have doubted if I was still listening, still near, still caring. But at this exact instant, I am speaking clearly. I have never left you. I have constantly been at your side. A deep knowing is awakening inside you because a sacred revelation is taking place. Obstacles on your journey are being dismantled. Your case has been presented before the seat of ultimate justice, and now the final judge stands to support you. You have wept. You have waited. You have endured without complaint. But today, the silence from my domain is broken. My voice echoes not merely to comfort, but with a powerful decree of vindication, freedom, and recovery. When I speak, everything shifts. Do not resist this. Do not doubt it. Let it saturate your soul. If you feel prompted, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let this certainty anchor itself in your innermost being. This is beyond human vocabulary. It is a connection from my throne to your heart. I am calling you out of fear. I am summoning you from emptiness. I am drawing you back into my safeguarding presence. Potential still exists. Hope is still alive. But this window of opportunity is open now, and it will not stay open forever. You must respond. Speak these words aloud or in the quiet of your heart. Maker, I am listening. I accept your word. I answer your summons. I am yours. As you do this, the atmosphere around you will start to shift. Spiritual strongholds will lose their hold. Blockages will be lifted. For when you align with my voice, you enter into an everlasting destiny. This is the certainty of the final verdict from my kingdom. What do I mean when I say your situation is resolved? It means the battle is over. The accusations are nullified. The suffering you endured has reached its appointed limit. But there is a profound truth behind this, a divine wisdom that few comprehend. And today, this understanding is being gifted to you. In the invisible realms where perfect justice resides, every part of your life is seen. Your battles, your pain, your unseen faithfulness. Yes, all you thought was concealed. And for each of those instances, a case was built against you. The accuser laid charges. The shadows tried to claim you. But I, the Almighty God, reviewed it all. And then a supreme ruling was delivered. Case closed. Not because you were perfect, not because you achieved this by your own effort, but because of my boundless mercy. because the price was paid for you, because my love for you is so complete that I chose to intervene personally. This is not a metaphor, it is absolute fact. The chains that bound you, of blame, of shame, of unworthiness, of terror, are broken. The paths ahead that were shut are now swinging wide open. Those who resisted you with arrogance and cruelty have been overturned by the authority of my decree. So, why now? Because you have arrived at a breakthrough moment. Because a fundamental shift has happened deep in your spirit. Because heaven saw the pressure you were under, and I declared, no longer. My beloved will not bear this anymore. Some of you have felt this oppressive weight for seasons on end, a relentless cycle of pain, delay, slander, and grief. But today, the ledger against you is wiped clean. The record in heaven is stamped with one sacred word: forgiven. The deeper purpose is this: I didn't resolve your circumstance just to stop your pain. I resolved it to launch you into a new season of elevation. And now, it is time to walk forward in boldness. If this resonates in your spirit, align yourself with this truth. Your alignment releases power. When you declare it, you partner with the ruling from my court. You establish a spiritual perimeter and announce to the enemy, your jurisdiction over me is ended. The supreme authority has decided in my favor. Understand, this is not a temporary shift. It is an eternal, settled transformation. Speak it, agree with it, and watch what follows. You have been tried in the unseen realm, and the verdict is already in. In the spiritual world, beyond your physical sight, there is a place of divine law, more real than anything on earth. A place where the prosecutor brings allegations against my children, and where I, your God, preside with all authority. When voices of insecurity and condemnation roar, when you feel sentenced, remember this: I am your ultimate defender. I know your entire narrative, not just your failures, but your whole story. I don't need to debate or justify. The matter of your worth was settled by me long ago. When allegations come, from outside or from within, I simply state the truth. You are mine. You are significant. You are loved immeasurably. This isn't about your resume or your successes, but about an intrinsic, eternal value I have given you. In that moment, all the shouting stops. The condemnation is powerless. The guilt that felt so overwhelming fades into silence, because the question of your identity was answered by me for all time. You don't have to work for my backing or demonstrate your worthiness. It is a fixed reality, regardless of your feelings. I am constant. I never quit. I never write you off. This security isn't a reward for good conduct. It is your permanent possession. The fee for your redemption, your wholeness, your destiny. I have paid it in full. Rest in this guarantee. When life is overwhelming or your own mind attacks you, recall that I am your faithful intercessor, speaking for you with ultimate authority and relentless love. This is where the profound reality is manifested. Your destiny was not determined by your own power. Your destiny was not determined by your past. The ruling has already been delivered, acquitted, renewed, liberated, favored. The accuser has been muted. The charges have been dismissed, and I have given my judgment. This child will survive. This child will flourish. This child belongs to me. You might still feel the aftershocks of the struggle, but listen to me. The war is over in the spiritual realm. Understand this. The decisive victory was won long ago when I decreed life over you. What you are going through now is just the residual echo, not the actual battle. And what was my decree? that this was not your end. I am initiating a new beginning. My perspective of you is not critical. It is overwhelmingly approving. You are not guilty. You are surrounded by my kindness and destined for a life of blessing that cannot be sabotaged. My resolution concerning you is not just positive. It is permanently fixed. If anxiety or skepticism returns, if hesitancy whispers to you, if the enemy tries to throw your history in your face, proclaim this truth out loud. My standing is secured by God Most High, and He has proclaimed my triumph. Your declarations have force. Do not let this opportunity slip away. Every word spoken in faith has genuine impact in the spiritual dimension. The ultimate ruling has been issued, and your triumph is already underway. The enemy sought to condemn you, but he was overthrown. There was a moment in the Spirit where he confronted you again. He arrived with a list of every failure, every error, every flaw, every wound you've suffered. He presented lies as facts. He stood before me arguing that your future was worthless, attempting to block the blessings intended for you and to invalidate your very purpose. He does this to all who are mine. He is patient. He observes. He collects his evidence, and then he steps forward as the accuser of my people, certain that your sins outweigh my grace for you. He tried to make you feel disqualified. He tried to steal your inheritance. This one doesn't qualify, he said. This one should be rejected. But at that very moment, everything changed. My presence filled the courtroom. I did not debate him or ask for his opinion. I simply exercised my sovereign right, and immediately every allegation against you vanished into nothingness. The accuser was left speechless. The debt for your freedom had been paid in full. Do you understand? He was stripped of all power, shamed, and conquered. This is what happened to your adversary when he made his case. His argument collapsed. His words were drowned in my compassion. His claims were burned away by my holy fire. From this day forward, the foe cannot touch what I protect. He cannot stop what I have started. He cannot oppose what I have sanctified. The enemy's main weapon is not destruction, but trickery. He wants you to believe you are still under a sentence of lack or failure. However, my decree over you, established from my throne, is final, and the enemy's power over your life is finished. Now is the moment to stand firm in your spirit, to speak with courage, and to live as someone who has been justified by my grace and anchored in my strength. Declare this: my accuser is defeated. I belong to God Most High. I walk in victory. If this truth stirs you deeply, if these words confirm what your spirit already knew, then do not be inactive. Show your conviction. Let your actions be a testimony of your solid faith and thankful heart. When you voice this confidence, you are not just repeating phrases. You are activating the victory I have won for you. Let it be your thanksgiving, your sign of reliance on me, your proclamation that the season of struggle has ended and my blessing is now unfolding. Do this not out of obligation, but from a place of spiritual unity, from the understanding that what you honor, you make room for. This is holy ground. This is a Kairos moment from me. Acknowledge it. Affirm this reality. My adversary is defeated. My victory is secure. The way to God's presence is open, and He has come close for me. There comes a time for every genuine believer when connection with me becomes experiential, not just an idea, but a tangible reality that lasts forever. And when that happens, everything changes. My child, I tell you this with deep affection. Access to my presence is yours right now. This is not a time to hesitate. This is not just another problem. This is my direct involvement in your affairs. I haven't just sent blessings your way. I myself have come. There are purposes so important, so uniquely designed, that I personally move into action. And when that happens, nothing stays the same. I myself have spoken it. This is exactly what is happening for you at this moment. You've seen the signs, you've felt the nudges, you've noticed synchronicities that seemed too perfect to be random. But right now, I myself am initiating the next phase. I am not far away. I am not inactive. I am right here with you. I have entered the battlefield of your life, the area where you faced resistance, the crisis that tried to destroy you. And when I step in, I take charge. I do not ask for permission. I do not bargain with dark powers. I do not take counsel from your foes. This is what I am doing now. I am clearing the way from my throne. I am making the barriers before you shake. The great giants of fear, lack, sickness, mourning, and heartache, they are shaking right now. This is not just a spiritual concept. This is my divine reversal. The problem that opposed you, I have overturned it. The delay that held back your destiny, I have broken it. The voice that said you weren't enough, I have shut it down. I am moving into your financial situation. I am moving into your physical health. I am moving into the lives of your loved ones, your divine purpose, your future. Because the pipeline from heaven is no longer quiet. The channel is no longer clogged. I, the mighty warrior, am no longer still. I have stood up, and I am acting for you. At this very second, as you read these words, I want you to understand, a shift is happening in the unseen realm around you. You may not feel it in your body yet. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit recognizes it. It is coming alive. My dear one, listen carefully now. There is a profound lesson I want you to grasp. Let this sink into your soul. Be sincere with yourself, so prepare your heart, for I will reveal the origin of the recent discernment that guided you here. It was my wisdom planted within you. It was a peaceful, intentional leading. Recent events have stirred a recognition in your spirit that felt timeless. It didn't feel like learning something new, but like remembering something you always knew. You were perceiving accurately with your spiritual senses. This kind of perception isn't taught. It is innate. It is woven into the core of those who carry my presence. It is a foundational part of you. You weren't driven by emotion. You were precise in your discernment. You let the understanding accumulate quietly. You weren't disoriented. You were collecting revelation. You weren't blind. You were giving situations the space to reveal their true nature, again and again. You were simply allowing people to show you their character with serene authority. You weren't seeking their apologies, my precious one. Your spirit was patiently waiting for the full picture to come into focus. When they crossed a line, you weren't shaken internally. You just soberly completed your observation. That profound inner calm, that lucid discernment, is rare. It is a gift of wisdom I impart to you. You didn't require external confirmation. You received it directly from the secret place we share, the hidden place. You were perceiving the true state of affairs, like receiving a clear transmission from a frequency only you can access. The discernment I give you is a treasured gift, a heavenly blessing I have embedded in your nature. And for the clarity I provide, I see your thankfulness, often shown through your consistent life and loyalty to truth. And that connection, it remains pure always. It is unbreakable. It is self-sustaining. That is not a human talent. It is a divine enablement I placed inside you. You are led by my wisdom. That is more than mere observation. That is perceiving the core of a matter. It is the realization that you could not have had such insight apart from my guidance. You didn't need external validation. The truth was self-evident through you. The discernment moved through you from my spirit, originating from beyond your own mind. You carry a deep, resilient strength that surfaces in crises. When people near you are lost in turmoil or strife, a part of you stays grounded and lucid. This is no coincidence. You have an internal discernment that sees past the obvious. While others respond to the immediate, you understand the deeper currents and root causes. Your reactions don't stem from rage or self-protection, but from a place of true comprehension. When you talk, your words have substance because they come from a place of witness, not reaction. You don't need to shout or demand a hearing. The reality you voice carries its own authority. This capacity to stay grounded is not impotence or indifference. It is a deep fortitude that lets you perceive truth even in complicated or hurtful situations. You understand that human behavior often springs from personal battles, injuries, and burdens they themselves may not grasp. You don't always need others to confirm that what you're seeing is real. Your internal guidance system has been calibrated by experience. Listen, and let this wisdom settle in your spirit. It will lead you to answers that balance honesty with kindness. Have faith in this ability I've placed within you. The clarity you possess is a sacred trust. This discernment I've given you is a precious treasure. The way to honor this gift is to live authentically in the light you've received. Let it guide your steps and inform your choices. This genuine living is the truest thanks you can offer, and it represents your real power, not in anger or bitterness, but in calm understanding and peaceful certainty. Remember this: your strength was never in force or volume. It was in remaining true when everything around you was false. This journey isn't about winning arguments. Preserve your inner peace by staying conscious. Protect your spiritual energy. Be intentional about what you let your mind dwell on. Release whatever no longer feeds your soul. You're completing one chapter and stepping into the holy beginning of another. This path isn't about people-pleasing. It's about responding to my whisper within you. Heed the quiet knowledge I've planted in your heart. You'll see changes happening, not just inside you, but in your circumstances too. The world might notice the transformation within you. Your role isn't to convince anyone, but simply to live completely as I designed you. You're crossing into new territory. Not everyone is assigned to this season of your journey. Your light isn't aggressive. It's steady, warm, and I fuel its glow. When others approach, remember your mission is to direct them to me, not to yourself. Stay grounded. Remain humble in my presence. Your purpose isn't to build a reputation or gather followers, but to illuminate the path to my radiance. As your influence grows, never forget I'm the one who called you. Your journey is uniquely yours, orchestrated by me. Don't measure it against others or worry about its pace. What counts isn't how many notice you, but the purity of your heart's motivation. You're being elevated not for applause, but to accomplish good. As this deep transformation concludes, know you're never alone. I'm constantly with you, enveloping you. My spirit prepares the way ahead. Fellow servants walk alongside you. My voice, though gentle, remains always accessible to your heart. This promise is especially vital now. I never intended for you to walk this path solo. Every moment of insight, every divine protection, every course correction. That was my hand guiding you. What's unfolding now isn't random. It's my design being revealed. Every challenge you faced was preparing you for the goodness now emerging. This season may feel intense, even overwhelming, but it's not punishment. It's preparation. I'm not crushing you. I'm equipping you to carry the destiny I have for you. My love is the unshakable foundation beneath everything. It's secure when you feel unstable, everlasting when you feel fragile, boundless, never abandoning you, never looking away. Nothing can diminish it. Not fear, not mistakes, not doubt, not anxiety. The major shift you sensed has arrived. This is your moment to rise. You're laying down the weight of who you used to be. The old patterns no longer fit. What once felt comfortable now feels foreign. The part of you shaped by struggle, hurt, and striving is fading. The authentic self I created is emerging clearly. You're stepping into an existence not motivated by fear, where limitations fade and constant effort isn't required. Here, your power comes from surrender, your impact from inner quiet, and your guidance from love itself. Your intuition will become sharper. Your perception of the spiritual realm will deepen. Uncertainty will disappear in the bright light of my truth. This is more than a simple change. It's a profound spiritual rebirth, a new genesis I'm giving you. You'll start to understand the purpose in your pain, the value in silent seasons, and the perfect timing of every event. Every tear, every quiet moment, every closed door brought you precisely here, to this awakening where you rediscover your true identity. As your soul begins to ascend, you'll walk with new grace, speak with greater wisdom, and love more deeply. You'll perceive the world with renewed vision, not with weariness, but with eternal perspective. You'll recognize my presence everywhere, even in hard places, especially there. Yes, you've reached a point of no return. Don't mourn what you're leaving behind. Celebrate what lies ahead. The past served its purpose. Now it's time to climb higher. You're not merely changing, you're transcending. You're being transformed into the celestial being I originally designed you to be. No earthly weight can stop this work I've begun. You might feel like things are disintegrating, like your identity is unraveling thread by thread. But this unraveling isn't destruction. It's revelation. It's the sacred emergence of your true self, the one that's been buried under layers of coping mechanisms, self-preservation, conditioned behaviors, and fear. The reality is this: you're not falling apart. You're finally coming together.